Greetings. This video will discuss ways to ensure meaningful communication with ELL parents in your school. My name is Fatima Rhodes. I'm an Arabic and French interpreter translator with the ESOL program of St. Louis Public Schools, and I will be your presenter. In this presentation, we will discuss three topics. First, the legal aspects of ensuring meaningful communication with ELL families. Then the language needs of ELL families, and the Language Access Services District Language Access Team can provide to support your effort in communicating with ELL parents. I want to first remind you of the legal obligation schools and districts have to communicate with ELL parents in the language they understand. This requirement can be achieved by ensuring meaningful communication using several strategies. It can be through translation, interpretation, or any other means that will allow the school to communicate the message to ELL parent in a comprehensible way. It is important for schools to identify the language needs of their ELL parents. The first step is to use existing district systems. In SIS, there is an ELL alert icon next to each ELL student picture. See the image on the right side of this slide. Once you click on the ELL alert icon, you can see the home language of that ELL. The second district system is applicable to ESOL center schools. It is a document that is referred to as an X file. The X file contains access data, outlines ESOL services, and includes students' home language. It is maintained by ESOL teachers and ESOL office to monthly update ELL data for each ESOL center school. Both of these options can be successfully used during virtual learning. When we do return to brick-and-mortar school and ELL parents resume their visit to schools with questions or for meetings, there are two ways they can help you identify their language. They may present you with an ISP card that they received in the ESOL office upon enrollment. This card indicates the home language and states whether or not the parents need an interpreter. All ESOL center schools also received an ISP poster to display in their main office. This poster can be used by ELL parents to help school staff identify ELL parents' language needs. It is important to remember that ELL parents may require language assistance even if their children are no longer ELLs. At the same time, not all ELL parents require an interpreter to have a meaningful communication with school staff. Some ELL parents are proficient in English, so as a school, it is important to know who needs an interpreter and who prefers to communicate in English. In any case, never rely on a child to interpret for a parent. Only trained and competent interpreters who are proficient in the target language, have knowledge of specialized terms, interpreter ethics, and confidentiality should be used to support your communication with ELL parents. An ELL family directory is a way to capture all of the language needs of ELL parents at your school. ELL teachers at each ESOL center are leading the effort of creating and maintaining this directory. The ELL family directory should reflect the home language for each of the ELL students in your building. This information can come from the ELL alert in SIS or the X file. As you begin this year's outreach effort and connect with ELL parents, you will be able to identify and record in your directory which ELL parents need an interpreter and which ELL parents are comfortable with English. Let's take a look at families that need an interpreter to ensure meaningful communication. Based on our sample directory here, there is a Swahili, Kinyarwanda, and a Spanish-speaking family that need an interpreter. The ELL family directory should reflect where to turn to for language access support when an interpreter is needed. In this example, you can see that for Spanish and Swahili, the ESOL office interpreters are listed as support, while for Kinyarwanda, A telephonic interpretation code is a way to ensure meaningful communication. That is because our district language access team is used for all languages represented on the team, and for all other languages, there is telephonic interpretation available. As you get to know your ELL families better throughout the year, you can add notes about different language preferences of the student's father or mother, or any possible differences in oral or written communication. It is recommended that ELL Family Directory is housed on a OneDrive and shared with school staff so that all staff at the school have access to this information and can refer to this document as they plan their communication with ELL parents. Remember to continuously update your ELL family directory as you learn more about ELL parents at your school and their language needs. Once the language need of an ELL parent is identified, this need can be matched with the language access services available in SLPS. These services include translation, robocalls, interpretation, can be in person when schools are in brick and mortar operation, and telephonic via three-way call or via Teams and Zoom platforms. Personalized phone calls are also available. Translation deals with text, documents, and forms. In St. Louis Public Schools, translation services are used for district-wide documents and forms. Translation is done into major district languages: Arabic, Bosnian, Dari, Nepali, Spanish, Swahili, and Vietnamese. To request document translation, district staff should complete a translation request form located on the district website under Language Access, attach a document or form as a Word doc file, and submit this request via email. A 10-day notice is requested. Many district documents and forms have already been translated and are posted on the district website and the Language Access. The translated document library consists of 3 sections: general forms, academic forms, and medical forms. Here you can see the translated library of general forms. Attendance letter, school bus rules are some of the forms included in this section. When you locate the document you need, you can click on the language you need to access the translated form, which can be printed or downloaded. The academic forms section includes translated academic concern letter, parent map letter, parent notification letter, and so on. Medical forms include translations of medications as school letter, authorization for administration of medication, immunization exclusion notice, and several other documents. Robocalls. Robocalls are a very effective parent communication strategy. Robocalls allow you to reach a large number of parents at once. District Language Access Team can record district and school level robocalls in languages available on the District Language Access Team. Here again, it is important to know the language needs at your school. For example, if you have a large number of Arabic speakers and only 4 Dari speakers, it would be appropriate for your school to request a robocall to be recorded in Arabic. To request a robocall recording in multiple languages, you should complete a robocall request form located on the district website and the Language Access and submit your request via email. A 4-day notice is requested. Interpreter support is available in all 50+ district languages: Arabic, Bosnian, French, Somali, Spanish, Swahili, and Vietnamese are available for interpretation support through the District Language Access Team. Schools can contact interpreters directly, either via email or phone, to request their assistance. For all other district languages, there is a telephonic interpretation access code that has been shared with principals in all ESOL center schools and with ESOL contacts, often AICs, in non-center schools. Telephonic interpretation access code should only be used to access support for languages not represented on the district language access team. For example, telephonic access code should be used to support your communication with an ELL parent who speaks Kinyarwanda, as this language is not represented on the district language access team. It is recommended that conversations stay within a 15-minute time frame when using the telephonic access code. When schools are in brick-and-mortar operation, you will be able to request interpreter support for an in-person meeting. Again, for languages available on the District Language Access Team, you can contact the staff member directly. To request an in-person interpreter for all other languages, you should complete an interpreter request form located on the district website and the language access. A 3-day notice is requested. Personalized phone calls are the most commonly used language access service in the district. Personalized phone calls are available in all the languages represented on the language access team: Arabic, Bosnian, French, Somali, Spanish, Swahili, and Vietnamese. This language access service is a great way to relate a specific message to individual families when the number of families you need to reach is not large. For example, this service is used when you need to call 4 Swahili-speaking families to let them know about the upcoming parent event, or when you need to schedule a meeting with a Spanish-speaking family regarding students' behavior concerns. On the right side of the slide, there is a QR code reader you can scan to access the district language access team members and their respective languages. The list also includes their contact information. As I mentioned throughout this presentation, you can access information about language access services and forms needed to complete language access requests on the district website under language access. You can also email our language access team and call the ESOL office at 314-664-1066. Remember to use your ELL family directory to identify language needs of ELL parents in your school. Consider the message you need to communicate. Is it general and applicable to many families, or specific and applicable to one family? And always plan ahead when you complete language access requests. Now, let's walk through a few scenarios. When you need to share a required immunization notice with an ELL family needing language access support, the language access service you will need is translation. You can access a library of translated district forms, including medical forms, on the district website and send a translated notice along with the English copy. When you have a concern about classwork completion and want to address this concern with ELL parents needing language support, the language access service you need is interpretation. If it is a Spanish-speaking parent, you can call district interpreters directly, or if this parent speaks a language not available on the district language access team, you can use a telephonic interpretation access code. To make an open house announcement for a school with 68 Spanish-speaking ELL families, the service you should request is robocall. Remember to include your message as part of your robocall request. To make an open house announcement for a school with 3 Arabic-speaking ELL families, the service you should request is personalized phone call. Since the number of families you need to reach is relatively low, a personalized phone call will work best for this situation. As I conclude our presentation today, I want to remind you that you can contribute to meaningful communication with ELL parents in a language they understand by using SLPS language access services. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My contact information is displayed on the slide. Thank you.